what are the etiquettes of visiting the graveyard? The Prophet ﷺ recommended the Muslims to visit graveyards and said, in the past, I prohibited you from visiting the graveyards. As of today, go and visit it because it reminds you of the hereafter. So it is highly recommended for men to visit graveyards and not for women, because there is a prohibition and a curse upon the women when they visit graveyards. And the etiquettes to visit graveyards start with the intention. Why are you visiting the graveyard? If it is to make dua for yourself, and this is a blessed place, you want to ask Allah for things, this is prohibited. You visit the grave for two reasons. One, to remind you of your fate and what you will share with them in a few days, few months, few years' time. So this is a good reminder. Secondly, to benefit the deceased with your dua, with your prayers. So the intention comes first, then the dua, which the Prophet ﷺ used to supplicate and say, Assalamu alaikum dara qawmi mu'mineen, peace be upon you, O place of believers. You are the first to precede us and we will follow, etc. You will find that in Husn al-Muslim, Fortress of the Muslim. There are many du'as. And one has to be respectful in the sense that one must not walk over the graves themselves unless he's barefooted. So if you had to walk on the graves, you have to take your shoes off. Otherwise, there are pathways, there are places specific for people to walk over that are not over any grave. It is prohibited to sit on graves. It is prohibited to pray in the graveyard, the offer salat. The only prayer that is allowed is to pray funeral prayer for those who had missed it. And it is prohibited to give your back to the qibla and face the grave when making dua. Rather, you should face the qibla when making dua for the deceased. And if you make the grave between you and the qibla, so you would be facing both, that would be acceptable, insha'Allah azza wa jal.